Hello, everyone. We're back in 2023.
We made
Hello.
it!
Yes, and I have this stray hair that's like in my face. Sorry about that. Anyway, hello. Welcome to 2023. I hope everyone had a good and safe New Year's and New Year's Eve and Christmas and all that stuff. I did. I got a brand new freaking. Wow, this is. How do I show? I got a brand new gaming chair. Finally. It doesn't squeak.
Wow.
It's not totally shredded. And my ass fits in it, so that's great.
Love
Anyway,
that
That's
for
always
you.
a plus.
Love that for you.
highlight of my Christmas. Anyway, hello. Welcome to Fabled 42. My name is Anne. I am the DM of this spooky 5e homebrew campaign. But yeah, you can find me on Dusty Wings Illustration on Instagram. Otherwise, yeah. We do have a special... Over here. We have a special guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, special guest. And work.
Hello, I'm Darian. Honestly, if you find me anywhere online, tell me, because I try to hide.
Okay. Don't go searching for him. May or may not have tagged him in my story, but... And Mackenzie.
Oh yeah.
Who are you?
Hi y'all. Hi y'all. I'm Mackenzie, and I go by MSCOT or Mascot on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. You can catch me here Mondays playing Crypt creatures. I'll be playing a character named Toddle. He's so cute. I love him. If he dies, I will be very sad. He's a rock gnome, and he's also an artificer, and he's also an alchemist subclass thing. I don't know if that's correct terminology, but it is today, and yeah, that is what I do. I'm kind of like the support character of the group, and I've been having a rip-roaring good time playing this game. I tell you what, I'll pass it off to my one of my favorites in all of campaigns that I've seen, Calamity.
Oh my god, thank you! Hey everybody, I'm GW. You can find me on IG and Twitter under GW005, 2B's, 2 zeros. And here, almost every Monday, playing Calamity. He is, my little black bunny guy. The world is a big, scary place. And yeah, happy to be here.
Scary is an understatement, but yes, welcome everybody, welcome friends. Hello Avery, I see you in the chat. Welcome back. And I also see you too. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and go through our announcements. GW, you want to start?
Can you believe I had it open and then I closed it? Yes, I'm ready. Click. This is the one, right? Yeah! Griffin Co. Thank you, Griffin Co, for being our longest time sponsor. We love them. You guys should check them out. They do amazing 3D printed works. It goes from minis and spell effects and even terrain and like just little objects and everything. It's so awesome. They also do really cool laser printed works, which I got to when I was hanging out for them with for Christmas. I got a little something that was laser printed for me, and I love it. You can use our promo code Fable42 to get 22% off your purchase when in checkout. Next up, we have Underground Oracle. Underground Oracle is they are an awesome creative team that makes 5e resources for your campaign, both in front and behind the screen. They have awesome, unique items to be used. They have a couple of awesome, cool races that I actually used in a one-shot not too long ago with Colin and the gang, and it was awesome. So check them out. You can check them out at undergroundoracle.com or DriveThruRPG. They are cool. Next up, we have Nine Realms Gaming. Check out our friends at Nine Realms Gaming. They Make all their products from natural woods to create quality and affordable gaming accessories for all. Use promo code FABLED42 to get 10% off your purchase. 10%. That's some good wood.
That's what she said.
Check them out at 9realmsgaming.com. Let them know that we sent you. I'm gonna pass it to you, Tots.
Hey, my turn. My favorite turn. I get to talk about two different things today. First is my tried and true Critical Dice. If you haven't heard me talk about Critical Dice, well, you're missing out because Critical Dice is my favorite sponsor to talk about. I have received one of their dice, and I am very much in love with it. I think it's absolutely stunning and beautiful. Very high quality products. As someone who works with resin themselves, very cool. Don't just sell dice, by the way. You can check out their online shop at thecriticaldice.com. And we do giveaways with Critical Dice. I'm not sure if we're doing Critical Dice this campaign or not, but we're doing it today. Okay. So, to win a pair of Critical Dice from, the Critical Dice, we ask you in the chat, put exclamation critical, and you will be entered into a giveaway. When we do giveaways is between now and the halfway point when we take a break. We will announce the first winner, and then we do another raffle from that point on to the end of the stream. So you get 2 chances to win a set of Critical Dice, and you would be missing out if you didn't enter exclamation point critical as of right now. Then I have the other glorious sponsor. That's the rest of the Fabled 42 shows. I have checked out both of them, and they're both really, really cool. The one that's next in the lineup after us detailing over Monday is Heroes of Salon, which is on Wednesdays starting at 6 o'clock. And then Fridays, we have Duke City Chronicles, which is the Monster of the Week campaign that we do here on Fable 42. That is also, I believe, at 6 o'clock, with both our DM and our Calamity participating in that.
For that one, actually, that one is normally some Fridays on 3 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then if for whatever reason you can't catch us live, we also have a YouTube channel named Fable 42 that you can go in and catch everything. It's all organized properly. So if you wanted to catch us specifically or check out any of the other shows, it's all archived there for your viewing pleasure. So go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is a good time, I promise.
Sweet. Thank you guys. Don't forget, if you were to subscribe to our Twitch, you do get a chance to either help out the team or me and offer either a D6 inspiration, or if you want to pass out some healing potions, we got all that stuff. Yeah, so let's get started.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so we are on a very specific part of hell. The team has been split in two, and let me set the mood real quick. Hang on a second.
That's the beautiful music.
Let's see.
Oh shit. And I'm on a sunny beach.
Okay, so last we left, which was fucking forever ago, so don't mind me as I'm catching my brain up to things. Freaking Lander and Fancy have been in hell for a while. This team has split up due to 2 of the players being dragged, 3 of the players apparently being dragged into hell. Toddle and Calamity were separated with what they thought was Terrence. Turns out wasn't, was posing as Terrence in order to assassinate them. For some reason. But they did manage to escape, and in doing so, finding the witch who was able to actually port them directly to hell. Still unsure where the other half of the team is, or even what plane they're on. They have so far landed in what seems to be just a minefield of torment. They did see the landscape as they're coming down, and for those who... Actually, Toddle and Calamity, let me see how much you saw when coming down. Go ahead and roll... Or what's your passive perception? Just tell me that.
Yeah.
My passive perception is a 15.
15.
14.
Oh, so you would both get... Okay, so you both would totally notice, as you're clinging to each other, being poured down into this abyss, your stomach's pretty much in your throat. You do see some landscape in general of just dark rock. So cavernous, really sharp and jagged mountains. Very dystopian looking and just solid black. You do, I think Calamity, you might have noticed a body of water, like pretty nearby, but no real detail on that. It could be desert, you don't know, but it looks like it just flattens right behind the rock. You do notice 2 islands of floating rock as well, some with buildings on it, you're not too sure, because you are suddenly distracted by tufts of fire and streams of, well, small like creeks of magma kind of strowing around you at your feet as you land onto this plane. And both of you, your ears are filled with screams of begging. Nearby there is a statue of what looks to be like an impaled woman with her woman elf with her hands and feet bound to her back, almost like she's hogtied. And the statue stands at about 30 feet tall. It looks like it's in a corridor, what looks to almost like corridors of stone and pikes kind of around you. So your vision is pretty blocked. It almost looks like you're in a room, even though the ceiling's open. The walls are about 8 to 9 feet tall, so neither of you can see over it. You can only see through small gaps in these walls, and it looks like there is an exit/entrance directly in front of you. But yeah, you're fucking here. Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This sounds beautiful.
Calamity gets really, really low when kind of hunched. His ears are just all the way down. Toddle, I don't like this.
You just see Toddle like trying to maintain like what he can of like a concentration, but it's like everything is, you just see like flinching and flitching. This will be a rare moment in which Toddle is not smiling. This is Toddle trying to maintain like, basically I feel like it's equivalent to doing like a brain dive and like trying to figure out like, okay, I see some paths, I need to quiet everything in this room. This is absolute like pain, and all I can hear is pain. And so it's like almost a meditative state. And like when Calamity's like talking, I'm just like, shh. And I just grab his hand and I'm just like holding it. I'm just holding it. Trying to like echo the piece over to Calamity to see if it's working.
It's not. Calamity is shaking, like holding your hand, and like just as a matter of fact, he's like squeezing it. Like it's one of those like I'm about to have a baby's hand squeezes. Like,
Yep, I feel
little bun claws just like gripping.
Just like yeah. So I'm like twitching, Toddle's twitching, and it's just like, okay, this is not working. Let's okay.
As you're thinking, there's a giant shadow that swoops over you. It just seems to fly above you, and it's flying really low. Go ahead and roll investigation, both of you.
Investigation. Mine came to a total of 19.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Damn. Okay, y'all, very perceptive right now. So I think the adrenaline is kind of rushing into you right now. So as soon as that, what looks to be a giant, almost like dragon, almost, what do you call it, wyvern creature?
Wyvern?
Wyvern, yes. It looks like it has the body of a dragon, but the limbs of just like a giant bird. All 4 limbs, and they seem to be tucked into the belly of his body as his tail. Looks like it's made out of just serrated bone. It's kind of like it's moving through water. Its tail is kind of making this wave motion and pushing it through the air. It doesn't have any wings. But it moved too fast. You didn't get a chance to glance at what its face or head looked like, but it did have a long neck, and it kind of snapped you into focus. And you do notice a little bit more detail around you, particularly with the dirty 20 and the 19, damn. I mean, you would also see this. There seems to be a bunch of really kind of like just huge looming dark towers around you. There seems to be 4 of them. One of them relatively close to you, actually, but there looks to be an overcast kind of in this area, so you don't really see the top of the tower. It just kind of disappears into plumes of gray clouds, gray and red and purple.
Wow.
But then you do see some towers in the distance, but again, those walls are sort of towering over you. You do see what looks to be like tiny creatures they look like they have one eye, and one eye kind of like on a long neck, no mouths or anything, and you just see their like little claws kind of peering into between these little stakes that's kind of creating this wall.
When we first got here and landed, you said that I saw someone tied up by a statue, I think?
That is the statue. The statue is of a woman.
Got you. Okay. Donald, I think we need to not be in the open. I think we need to find cover or something.
I agree. Let's move to the shadows. And you just see Toddle kind of like paying attention, but not like kind of just looking and observing things and just being like, this is kind of pretty. And yeah, Toddle, he's really enjoying it to some degree. There's like almost like, this is like what I feel like,
I've
but
accepted it.
But it's like this is what I feel like on the inside, but it's outside. This is kind of not like just walking through, and Calamity's just like, and I'm just like walking through. Can we be holding hands? Oh,
yes.
Toddle was holding Calamity's hand, and we're just
walking through hell.
Just like 2 little cute creatures walking through hell, and just like.
Well,
one scared shitless, and the other.
I want to try to like, because I think we're both like walking in the shadows. Can we try to stealth? Can we try to?
Oh yeah. And can we stealth?
Yeah, roll stealth, and you're just heading down the one way you can go.
I'd say, can we be like kind of like jump into the shadows? Like we're not trying to be like walking right in the open. We're trying to like be a little little stealthy.
Okay, totally. There are plenty of places to hide here. And to your credit of it being pretty, it is like, imagine like a dusk sunset, but like a little more burning red is the color of the sky here.
Well, I rolled a 9 for stealth.
I rolled an 18.
Okay. Nine's alright. I mean, there's nothing over here where you guys are at.
I want to start walking to... If I remember correctly, like the body of water that we saw is like somewhere behind us, and then in front of us, statue, and then beyond that is like the structure. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna start whimpering my way towards the statue, trying to be as stealthy as possible, trying to like not be seen by all the big things.
Cool.
Agreed. But also, just like maybe I can roll another investigation. I kind of want to get a sense of what these towers are, or maybe a history, like kind of see if I would know what these towers are from lore I've read or something. Could I roll something for that?
You would probably know something. Roll a history check.
Okay. Thank you, generous DM. 23.
Damn. Okay. Well, yes. You have read about. Actually, the towers are probably a huge factor, and like so you would realize that you're on one of the very first, either the first. You're not sure whether it's first, second, or third. One of the first layers of hell. You can tell by these 4 towers because it's really kind of the living area of where most devils, most devils reside here for comfort. So nice. You do notice, you have read that it might be a city nearby or a network of cities. But yeah, the towers are recognizable, so you think you have a grasp at least where you are in hell.
That's beautiful. Thank you, generous DM. Okay, so as Toddle has been observing and kind of like in a somewhat of a meditative state, I'm gonna remember that, hey, so I think where we are is actually not the most deepest point of hell, Calamity, and I think if there's the least amount of danger in this area, it's here. So let's try to maybe collect what we can from this area, and it will help us in case we have to go deeper for our friends, because I'm pretty sure they're not here, given that we just fell like a zillion feet. Thoughts?
Well, how do we get deeper? Do you think there's a stairway down in the big place?
Or
maybe a highway?
Elevator.
Wouldn't that be convenient? I doubt that highly. That would be a little too convenient, right? I mean, we're definitely gonna have to try to make a friend here. Luckily, I can handle it, says the -1 charisma person. I can handle it.
As they say that, my ears are like still twitching. They kind of hurt because there's just so much screaming and moaning here. Like there's so much torturous noise that my ears are just like, I can't focus.
It's okay. We've been through worse.
No, I haven't.
we've been through worse.
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna make my way, still holding Tuttle's hand very tight.
We're holding hands.
I'm holding it so tight that I feel like our hands are just amalgamated into one arm now. But
so
I'm going forward to the statue to check out the statue.
What's actually funny about you holding his hand is no one can actually see Toddle's hands because they're covered by these very long drapey robes that are like way too big for him. So you're just grabbing like his sleeve right now.
I believe it.
Anyway.
Panning over to Darian. How do you pronounce your character's name? Calzera.
Calzera.
I'll try to remember that. Well, so your character, actually, I'm going to have you place him. So I gave you a very brief description of, this plane, at least what you know of it. Where would your character be? What area?
My character would be just kind of outside of the city proper.
Okay. Gotcha. So
mainly in the,
Calzera. You are standing there, and you do notice a huge surge of power, and you feel it, like it goes through your chest. There are no other creatures around you, so you can't really gauge their reaction as if they felt something too, but you do notice that there has been a change in the space, or a change in the plane. You have a sense, kind of like a spidey sense, of where this surge kind of came from. And if you turn around, you look through where you're at, it's pretty barren. So the skies are less kind of like a burning magenta and red, and more almost kind of like a bleak, almost yellow-gray sky. Everything's very still. Around where you're standing, it's actually just kind of flat, slate gray and black rock. There's a couple of like floating pieces of rock kind of around you, some bigger than others, some the size of like an entire building, just kind of in your peripheral. Well, you turn around and you look through the distance, and you do notice it could be a good, well, I would say like a few dozen miles away into the Field of Torment. Describe to us what your character looks like.
Okay. Well, you see, medium-sized elf, but it's actually really pale-skinned. Hair and cornrows with a little bit of with them dreaded. He has a scar right about here from battle damage, and you could tell that he's really trying to stay stealthy in the situation because he knows where he is.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
Easy enough.
yeah.
What does your character do when he feels this surge of magic?
Well, he's gonna turn around. He sees it, and it's like, ugh. He takes out a coin, flips it. Damn. All right, I'm gonna go towards see what that is.
All right, and you're
This
gonna
better
make
be
the
worth
trek.
some money because I really don't want to deal with some craziness right now.
Yeah, and you head over. Wind kind of picks up as you go. We're gonna go and pan back to Toddle and Calamity. By then, you do reach the statue, the base of the statue. But it looks like to be kind of in its own island. Around it, what you think is magma, like just like red, like melting rock, kind of pulsating just around the area, like almost in, what do you call it, like a trench around it. But there is a script kind of like carved into plates of metal at the base of this statue, but you can't read it from there.
How far away is it? Like, how far does the magma go? The river?
Oh, it's about, how big is it? It's about 20 something feet, I'll say 25 feet wide.
I look to Toddle. How do we get across?
I'm thinking. I'm looking. It's like he's going through his bag right now, and it's just like there's things swinging all over the place. I don't know if I have anything. Crap.
Hello, welcome chat.
Left my rope at home.
Do I happen to see the any like long sticks by chance?
There are actually giant bones everywhere. I think the longest one you can grab, though, is about a yard long. But there's a lot of those.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab one. And I'm going to, and I'm gonna drag it, to the edge of, kind of, I call it the shore for now. The magma shore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, like, put the bone halfway. I'm gonna like slide the bone halfway into the magma to see what happens.
And, well, it actually takes a minute. You would expect it to burn up, and eventually it does, but there's no, like, splatter or spark reaction. It doesn't burst into flame first or anything. You just see the bone deteriorate, turn black, and kind of crumble into itself.
Well, that ain't great.
But it was surprisingly slow, you said.
Yeah, the reaction time was slow. It took about 3-4 seconds before it started to disintegrate.
Okay. As
Calamity, how far can I throw you?
Better have good strength.
I have no good strength. Can you throw me as I start like taking my bag off and I start taking shoes off and stuff? Can you throw me?
Calamity's looking at you like so confused because you're taller than him and like more girthy. Calamity's just like fur and bones. Let's see. We're going to
Wrong
do
characters.
something by accident,
Maybe something can launch us. Can I climb on something? Is there DM, can I roll an insight to see if there's anything tall I can climb up and like jump off?
Oh yeah, I mean any of these cascading walls that are kind of surrounding you. It's almost, I guess in your almost maze-like. Like there's different corridors and entrances. It's really confusing because when you break into the opening where the statue is, it is pretty open where it is here. It looks like a bunch of halls or roads lead to this place. But the wall is still a good like 4 or 5 yards from the actual where the water is.
Calamity, I have an idea, and I'm starting to take some cloth that I have in my bag. This is just basic cloth. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna parachute. I'm gonna climb on top of something and parachute over. Would you like to join me?
Cute. Hi, Griffin Co.
Okay.
Okay, so I hand him one too, and we're gonna kind of Breath of the Wild Link where he's like, he's got the paraglider thing. I'm gonna kind of like take some sticks and some of this cloth and kind of like wrap it together, start assembling these paragliding looking things.
Cool.
So that way we can kind of there's no draft, I'm assuming, but we're just gonna do a big jump and try to measy on over there.
Okay.
And then we're gonna start climbing.
All right. Well, you find the highest like peak, I guess. There is one part of the wall that seems to. It looks like the taller bit of it has broken off, but there's still a narrow line of stone kind of stacked on each other. Mm-hmm. There looks to be like a creature sitting on it. It's like a bird, and it's almost looks like a vulture, but then when you look really close, he has like 6 eyes on the front of his head, and he has no mouth. But otherwise looks fine. He's big, but he looks fine. He looks.
You'd like my friend Drax.
All right, go ahead and is Calamity riding your back while you do this, or
no? We both have our own separate one.
Got you.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Unless you wanted to hang on, I guess we could do that too. We're both pretty small.
Go ahead.
What would you like to do? I can assemble you one, or you can hop on my back or whatever. Whatever you feel more comfortable, Calamity. And I'm just standing there proud, like I just solved the puzzle. So Toddle's just standing there, just like I solved the puzzle.
As Tuttle is standing there proud, he feels the pressure of me like hopping on his back.
Okay. So
yes.
Tuttle, go and roll athletics to get to scale this, because this is about like 2 floors tall.
Athletics is literally my worst ability. This is gonna be fun. Oh no. I rolled an 8.
Well, I mean, you get there. You get about, okay, so
you fall.
you don't fall. You're clinging to dear life, though. You're about halfway up. So, yeah, you're about, what is it, like 15 to 20 feet up, 20 feet up. And, I mean, you can either attempt to climb again with the chance to fall, because you would roll with disadvantage, or you can try to jump from here.
I'm going to try to do one thing. I'm going to, real quick, out of my pocket, because I'm pretty sure, I can't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure Drax has given me a feather before. Yeah. And I'm going to try to wave that feather and try to catch the eye of this vulture.
Oh, no.
And see if this vulture can come and grab us and drop us off, maybe.
How big is the vulture?
Yeah, I'm going to be like, we're like,
he's
this
like
is
40
me
pounds.
signaling. Yeah.
I mean, do you have animal? Do you have?
I don't have any animal speak. That's the shitty part. Is this is how I'm communicating? Is I'm just waving the feather because that's all I can think of.
roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. I got a 5. Oh no.
Well, the vulture does start to climb down, and when he's sitting there kind of like looking like he's chilling, like his like little feetsies are like tucked into his feathers, even though his feathers look like they're burnt to shit, he looks down at you and kind of turns his head, and you see like more eyes open on the side of his head. So he has a row of maybe 5 or more that kind of peer out, and tiny little pupils all facing the different direction, all kind of focus in on you and Calamity. And he starts to make his way down. When he stretches his claws out, they're all black and almost, there's like extra phalanges, like on his digital things on his claws. Almost like he can wrap like a whole stick with like one side of his, where his joint is. And he starts to almost crush the stone as he's climbing down towards you.
Yeah, okay, shit. We're gonna have to jump from here, I think. That bird's gonna get us. I thought it would be
Gonna
friendly.
do it?
Wait. DM, I'm going to do something.
Okay.
Calamity is terrified. This big thing is coming to eat him. And he's feeling really desperate. He doesn't know what he's between a rock and a hard place. And something
And a vulture.
happens. His fur stands on end, and there are a couple of sparks. All of a sudden, Pottle start to vibrate. Your jump distance has just been multiplied by 3.
Oh, damn. Okay.
We gotta make the jump. I thought this bird would get us. We gotta get the hell out of here.
Okay.
So-
roll strength. Yeah, roll strength check. As you try to scale across this little river of death thing.
Wait, are you jumping? Are you jumping, Tuttle?
I was gonna kick off and jump, yeah.
Awesome. You have your jump is, like I said, like ×3 now. You have like further distance.
Yeah, so you can also roll with that. Well, tell me what you rolled first.
Yeah, I rolled a 5. Strength is my worst ability, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do strength things, but I'm a squish.
Roll with advantage for Calamity support. Because you'll still be able to jump, but a 5 is I don't think...
Just roll again?
See. Yeah, roll one more time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hopefully it's higher.
Please.
14.
That's better!
Did you, when you, what did you roll on the die, Mackenzie?
I'm a 0 in strength, so my first thing I rolled was a 5, and the second one was a 14.
Yeah.
14 it is.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. Toddle, you feel this little bolt of energy as this little creature behind you is also sort of shaking.
Yeah.
You do notice the grip is a little tighter on your shoulders, but you can't really feel it. This fucking creature's coming at you.
Yep.
And you jump just in time. You you leap off of this side of the wall. The vulture kind of extends its neck where you see its vertebrae kind of come out. And he tries to chomp on you with what you don't see a mouth. It looks like he's trying to do something. It's not quite a beak attack, but whatever it was he tried to do, missed. He went at you and missed. But as you're jumping, a lot farther than you've ever thought you would be able to jump, you are actually nosediving straight into the magma river until you pull out that blanket. And with success, it lifts you off, and you just make it over about 3 more feet, 4 more feet onto the other side, and then you land.
Can we both be screaming?
Yes.
Yeah, both. I know. Toddle's like, oh shit! Oh no! Oh my god!
And I'm climbing. I'm only a couple of inches shorter than Tuttle, but I'm still climbing on Tuttle's face, screaming. Ah!
Yeah, I mean, if it was just this bare jump, would not have made it. But you had that freaking construction, you freaking make shit, so you made it.
Not me, just
but
making
yeah, your
shit.
little parasol thing, I mean, it's still in good condition. If you want to keep it.
I was gonna say, I'm just standing there now with the stick, just kind of rattling it and just kind of blinking a little bit and realizing what has happened and why I feel so suddenly energetic. And I just start rolling it up and putting it away.
Feel this way for the next minute, by the way.
Oh, shit, okay.
So, when we finally land, I'm going to run to the statue to get a better look.
Okay, you are able to read the scripture. Can you read Infernal?
I do not know.
I also do not.
Okay, well, you don't know what it says.
I love that we do all. Okay, well,
I history check to at least know what it is.
do we know,
Like the language?
do we know who this woman represents by chance? The statue, this tied up statue.
I got a 25 in history. Can I do something?
Oh my
here?
god, okay. Well, Tuttle would know the answer to that question. It's definitely not anyone in particular. It looks to be a generic, kind of idealistic sculpture of a woman that seems to be an elf, just tied up. It looks like the symbolism is really what it means. But Tuttle, that's actually all you know. It looks like you don't really recall this statue kind of anywhere in particular, but you do know that the writing is infernal. And it's about
Okay.
about like four or five sentences long.
I'm gonna be like scanning it, pretending like I know how to read this, and then turn to him and be like, I know this is infernal, but I have no clue what this says.
And
What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna be taking notes. I'm gonna be like copying it down and be taking notes because I'm like, well, I know Lander knows infernal, so I'm like taking it down.
Okay.
And I know you said there's 2 floating kind of islands with stuff on them.
Yeah.
But for the structure that we were heading towards, is it like connected to the ground?
It is, yeah.
Okay. I am going to jump on Tuttle's back. Oh, okay. Do you think you can? You jumped really far. Can you jump us out of here?
You don't want to just push this over and or push the sculpture over and just make a little bridge?
I look at both
Recap.
my and Tuttle's like sunken
Size.
arms, like no.
All right, let's go. Let's climb up the statue.
Okie
I'm getting
dokie.
tired. I'm tired. And he's complaining now.
roll athletic to scale the statue.
Okay.
And it is the tallest point in this area. So you
Is it?
Huh?
Go for it. Nothing.
That's it.
Rolled athletics and got a 5.
5s are quite common today.
It's because it is my lowest. Like we're literally
Yes.
testing the 2 lowest abilities of Toddle right now. It's
Oh
great.
man, athleticisms. Yay sports. Yeah, Toddle, like you are climbing, and it's really slippery. I mean, this lady is hot and smooth. Okay, like that. She's
Yeah.
You're trying to climb up her pelvis right now, and it's just like you're trying to grip, but it's like very awkward and like not really quite a cylinder, you know. And you're just you're trying to find a place to grab, but it's too smooth, and you keep slipping down.
This sucks. What the hell? I can't.
While Tuttle is doing that, I am looking around, trying to find, because sometimes when you're surrounded, when there's like a stream or whatever, there's like naturally smaller divots than other places.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a part that might be like closer to jump over.
Oh yeah. On the Willoughby. Sorry. On the very back side of the statue, the farthest away from you all, if you were to walk around, would be the tightest spot. It would be about what did I even say? Me and remembering like sizes of things. Yeah, it's actually it's pretty like 12 feet, and then there seems to be another part. So it looks like there's a piece of stone or like a peninsula, tiny peninsula that kind of, so you can theoretically jump on that and then jump again, and it'll
Okay,
break
so
it
this is
up.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, okay. I'm gonna like get down, like kind of like I'm prepping myself for takeoff, and my little like fuzzy black tail is gonna be like, and as it does that, there's like a couple of sparks, and all of a sudden I start to vibrate, and I take off. I'm gonna jump, as my jump is now tripled.
Damn. Okay. Roll a strength just to make sure it's over 10.
Roll a strength to make sure it's over 10.
If it's
All right,
over
here we
10,
go.
you're fine.
Oh, well. So I am going to use my.
Flash of genius.
Oh, wait, hold on, because I have a thing. I'm gonna use.
Well, you
one
have
of-
the extended jump, right? So you can roll
Huh?
for advantage because of
Okay.
the extra jump.
So
I'm only making you roll for it because I don't know if I don't think I mentioned it before, but the gravity is a little different. You feel a little heavier here.
Oh, yeah, I do not remember that at all.
Oh, sorry.
So in total I got a 6 with advantage. However, I am going to use my once a day feature to give me to let me roll one more time.
Okay.
Very nice.
Because sometimes the world bends around me in weird ways. We'll see what happens.
It's true.
12.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, you clear it. You don't even have to step on that little divot. You make it all the way across.
I like propel, and then like kind of like kind of land, like kind of like twist a little bit, and then like kind of bounce up like. Yes. And I'm going to look at Tuttle and be like, "You can do it! You can do it!"
Okay, here we go. Loads up.
And be sure to use the thing in the middle just in case. You can jump twice.
Okay. Let's do this. He goes for it.
Strength check
Tuttle, I don't know if you saw, but
with
Tig
advantage.
just gave you a 1 luck and 1 inspiration.
Oh, I really need that. I just rolled a 5 on my strength.
So
Loves
go
that
ahead and use that luck.
You
I'm gonna use that luck.
You also had to have advantage because Calamity's thing is still attached to you for your jump.
I get a reroll for the luck. God damn.
Well, before you use the luck, use roll because of my thing is still on you.
So I re-rolled and I got a 19.
Oh shit! Cleared it.
Oh God, I'm gonna.
Invigorating.
I'm not gonna make this.
Mackenzie, do not forget that you have a luck and an inspiration. We're going to need it.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
So you're both on the other side of this statue, and this area is a little bit more open, which is on one side kind of terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, you do get a clear view ahead of you, so you do see this whole area is just a huge, almost like maze and series of hallways and divots. There's some like, I guess, alleys that lead further up. And you see kind of this kind of flat area where you're at now sort of build up into like rolling hills, but just like littered with a bunch of like random crap, like torn up buildings, things kind of destroyed by ash, broken rock, as if a war tore through here. You do hear a lot of agony still everywhere, but you can't see where these screams are coming from. You can't actually visualize the agony.
Just another Monday.
It looks like it's just empty. Yeah, it looks like it's empty here. But you hear the opposite. It's very jarring.
I'm gonna pick things up. And can I pick things up?
You can.
I'm picking things up.
All right.
What can I pick up?
Roll investigation. I'm gonna see what you can find. There's a lot of stuff here.
I got a 6. What the
Well, you find some rocks and some sticks, some bone. You do find devil bone, which has magic properties to it. If, like, for example, if you were to make it into something, it would be fucking beefy. There's a lot of that kind of strewn around. And also all old pieces of armor, too, which are super old. You would have to get them looked at by somebody to see what they actually have.
Can I also be like clinking at rocks to see if they burst open and create like geodes or anything like that? I don't know if that exists in hell.
Oh my god, I thought no one would ever ask that. Yes. Seeing as you tinker, I'm not going to make you roll for it because you're rolling for so much shit already here.
That's
But
great.
yes, these geodes, they are geodes, and they are crazy looking. They all look like they're obsidian stone, you know, so like that shiny kind of black. But there's also stripes of red. There's some rocks that, yeah, it's essentially obsidian with like electric bolts of red that kind of strewn across it. As soon as you break it open and you were to touch it with your bare skin, it does feel like something. Like there's like energy there. It feels very powerful. Also dark. I would say with that roll, you would find like one more. It looks to be like a molten yellow, like really deep golden yellow. But there's, this whole area, if you were to break it open, is some sort of like really beautiful mineral.
Oh, just looks at the gold and yellow one. Hey, Calamity, you want this one? This one's like gold. It's like your friends.
As you look over at Calamity, he isn't next to you. He's kind of far away. So Calamity is doing the curious, dangerous act of wandering off alone. He's getting closer to this giant structure we've been kind of heading for.
Okay.
Kind of forgetting a little bit. Like he's still scared, but he's kind of too curious for his own good.
Okay. I mean, you're just walking. Okay. Well.
So, okay. Puts it in my back pocket. Continues forward.
As you're alone and walking further from Toddle, he's just like kind of breaking into stones, kind of investigating, keeping the nicer pieces, and whatnot. Things around you start to go a little bit quiet at first, or to the point where Toddle's like talking to himself, but then you start not hearing it as you get further away. And the sounds of turmoil and agony start to get a little bit louder. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick.
It's like a bad day. Ugh.
Roll an Arcana check.
Both of us?
Just Calamity.
Okay.
Well, actually, Toddle, you too, because you're by yourself now.
All right, so my Arcana check, I rolled pretty high, surprisingly. Comes to a total of 16 Arcana.
I got 18.
Of course you did.
Pretty good. Not enough to really avoid this, though. So you are, as these sounds are getting a little bit clearer, you start to have flashes in your mind, almost like you're like hallucinating. Toddle, you start to feel it too at the same time as Calamity is, when you're both about, I would say, 30 feet away from each other at this point. Like if when you're looking down at your geodes, you do notice, your imagination kind of flickers, and at first it looks like you're holding the stone, but your hand is covered in blood, and the ground beneath your hand is just full of blood. And then you kind of snap out of it, and it's like normal again. Calamity, as you're walking and looking around, if you're looking over at one of the walls, your brain will flicker, and it will look like there's a bunch of mangled bodies kind of piling against these walls on either side. And the agony you're hearing is just, you don't really notice it at first, but some kind of flailing, like something, like someone's being attacked, or just bodies kind of like falling around, getting injured by something. It's like something's causing these creatures to do this, and then you snap out of it. But then you snap back into it again. And when you're walking, your paws are stepping in like small puddles of blood. And then you snap out of it again.
I'm gonna cast a message in the last direction I saw Calamity, and say, "Get over here! The shit's getting nasty. Get over here! It's time to go."
Calamity's like ear twitches to show that he did hear something, but his hearing keeps getting kind of taken over by just wails of people. So I'm not sure if he's able to completely understand the message that he just got, and kind of ignores it.
Okay.
He's like, "Oh God, what's happening? What's going on?" Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm gonna see that I did not get any response from Calamity. I'm gonna do cast message again, and I'm gonna yell, "Get over here!" as loud as Tuttle can, in hopes that helps spark him to rejoin.
When he hears that scream in his ears, he's gonna kind of like regain himself and kind of like start fumbling on the ground because like that was like a huge ring in his ears. Like, oh. And I'm gonna run back to Tuttle.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you. I knew that would work.
Hold on.
What, did you find anything? Because I just found a bunch of stuff. I haven't seen anything of use here that I could use to calculate how we can get out of this area.
Things keep happening. Flashes of blood and bodies, and I don't understand.
I grab your hand and I'm like, let's go. Let's do our walk in the shadows. As I'm like putting my shoulder or my hand on my head and just like let's get out of here. Yeah.
I grab his hand and we move forward in the shadows.
In the shadows.
And as you both get closer to each other, you seem to kind of shake off the effects of what you were just experiencing. So it seems okay now. Seems open. But
okay.
But now when you're hearing these sounds of agony, once you've seen where they come from, now you know
we cannot be separated.
You can't unsee that shit.
That too.
How far away are we from the building structure?
It's a few miles. It's like 30-40 miles.
Yeah. I'm making my way forward because like we gotta go.
Yeah, we're definitely making our way downtown right now.
And as we're going forward, I'm gonna look at Tuttle, and because I'm not sure if you answered this already, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be like, do you know how to get to lower places here?
I have some inkling of an idea. I've read it in a book once. I know a little bit of where we're at. We're trying to get to at least a city where we can find someone in Lander's family. That's about as much as I can remember. Here, take this geode that's yellow.
I take it, and when he says we're looking for a city, the structure that we saw, did it look like a castle of sorts? Did it look like it could be a possible like city structure?
It definitely it stood on its own. But Tuttle has read that there are cities here. But as far as you able to see them, it's too far to tell. Because right now the landscape seems pretty busy, almost city-like. I mean, where you're in, it looks like a city might have been here before, but it looks like it was just recently destroyed. But truth be told, the landscape has always been kind of like this, so you're not sure what a city would look like here.
I have an idea, Calamity. We need to find someone who can guide us, because I know a gist of where we are, but I still have no navigation of this realm, and though me and Lander have spoken about it, it is not fully away. I've never personally been here, so we need to find someone, and I can bribe them with one of my inventions, one of my creations, and I'll be like, it's something from the surface world. Why don't we give it to them so that way?
Well, maybe we can find someone there and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This will work. This is a foolproof plan. It says humbly and is like holding hands.
Insight check. Can I insight check him?
You can.
I'm gonna insight check that. Natural 20.
Yeah. Tuttle.
You read right through him.
Yeah, Tuttle is apprehensive.
Gotcha. Calamity will note that and continue to shake, but he'll move forward to the big structure that's miles away.
Speaking of navigation, we're gonna pan back to our guest for today. You have moved very quickly. You've been here for a while, so you do have what looks to be like, just for comparison's sake, like this really badass like motorcycle. Okay, it's a motorcycle. And you find one, or maybe you've had it. I'll leave it up to you. But it's kind of
I found it.
Yes, it looks like a levitating piece of metal and rock. You know, there's no wheels on it, but it does levitate above the ground. You sit on it, and then it takes you a lot farther, a lot faster. It looks like you are gaining up on, well, what looks to be the only other people like you in this area. So you have the ability with that stone that's embedded in the back of your neck to swap between there a plane within a plane, so to say. So there is a lot happening on this plane and happening all at once. You have access to 2 kind of timelines of that. So you do know they're on a specific timeline where it's pretty barren. It's a lot easier to navigate that anyways. So when you switch to that kind of mode, you're able to traverse through the landscape pretty easily. You go through what you've already know how to get through some of this maze, and you do go through it really without issue. There's a couple of like small buzzards like before that try to bother you, but you're kind of too fast for them to really care because they're like semi-flightless. Go ahead and roll a stealth check though, just to make sure that these dragon creatures don't see you.
Okay. I rolled 13, so 24.
24. Oh yeah. I mean, no one sees shit. And you go through. I mean, when a couple of wyverns do start to head your direction, they do cross. 2 of them cross over you, but you were able to duck under something to protect yourself. You hide out for like 3 minutes, and then you keep going. And you do start to come up on them. So you stop your bike about, I would say, like 300 feet away from them. They don't see you because you're fucking 24 stealth. And you're kind of in a shadowy part. So there's like a torn up kind of like structure. It looks to be like a 3-story building at one point. You kind of hide beneath it, and you just observe them for a while. Or do you observe them, or do you do anything?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna observe for a while.
Okay. So yeah, Toddle and Calamity, you're just headed forward. You're headed towards one of the, looks to be like a castle or pillar. It's kind of a ways, but for now, it looks pretty chill where you're at. You do see a couple of the little creatures you saw, like the one-eyed dudes earlier. There seems to be like a tiny group of them that keep following you. Keeping a safe distance away, but they seem to be curious about you.
I want their blood. Their blood could probably make really good potions, but I can't fight it. And I'm not going to ask you to fight it, but I want those creatures' blood. Just throwing that out there. If anyone feels like having a natural disaster happen, as I blink towards Calamity.
Calamity starts to nervously eat out of control. So he's like taking like tomatoes, radishes, everything out of his bag, and this is just munching down while they go.
Okay.
Cool.
I could really use a speed potion right about now because we're going at about 2 seconds an hour. I have a question.
I'm not slow.
You're not slow. You're not slow. I'm slow. I got too much stuff I'm carrying. I'm technically holding you back. You could go ahead of me if you wanted. I have too much stuff.
Calamity's gonna look around as you know they're venturing forward. Does he happen to see any rideable creature?
Creature?
Yeah. Or any rideable thing. I'll say any rideable thing.
Yes. Well, you do notice that there is some ruckus kind of happening behind one of the walls. So you don't actually see what they look like, but you can tell by the sound of them. They're about just a little bit bigger than you. They seem to be rummaging through different materials, maybe searching for food or something. You do hear those. You don't know what they look like, though. You don't know. You haven't gotten an eye on them yet.
How far away from me are they?
You hear them mostly on the left side of you. There's a couple of walls that sort of start and end. Like
I see.
You're kind of in an open area at the moment.
I'm gonna go over to where those open walls are, cautiously.
Okay.
Hello? Hello, can you help us?
Well, you walk over and then stop humping me. Stop it. Sorry, she's humping. She's humping. Okay, I know, it's so exciting.
My child!
Oh my god.
My child!
Anyway, sorry. Well, I'll stop. Okay, that was very distracting. Yeah, you walk up on, it looks like just a pile of kind of bone and different, like a pile of like fabric and some bits of armor, torn up chainmail. You do see one of the creatures kind of rummaging through it. It looks like it has the body of a rat, like a very large rat. It looks like it has two kind of forearms. Their forearms are a lot bigger. They stand at about, I would say would weigh like 60 pounds, like the size of like a big dog. And its tail is very disgusting and rat-like, only more disgusting than a rat's tail. And it's kind of like whipping, and it looks like it's pretty prehensile, like it's whipping around and almost feeling with the tail. And as you say something, it kind of lifts its head up and turns towards you, and it doesn't have any eyes. It almost looks like the face of a mole. And it just stares at you. It's never really seen anyone like you before.
Same. Hard same.
Why don't
I'm gonna speak to this creature in Sylvan.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, could you help us get somewhere? We need a ride.
And I'm gonna poke him and be like, why don't you give him some of that food you're eating? He's probably never seen anything like that in hell.
Oh, good idea. And I'm going to reach in the bag. I'm going to take out one of my favorite things, which is a tomato. And I'm going to like put it in front of me. Like, you want it?
Let me see if he takes it. Yeah, he's gonna approach you, not very slowly. He's gonna kind of run at you. And so it's gonna be pretty startling, but he does stop just like inches in front of the tomato. And as he opens his mouth, instead of opening his jaw down, his jaw, it looks like it's separated and it opens up to the side.
Oh god.
Oh god.
And there's like a giant tongue with like little grippy ends of like teeth. And it comes in and just, it kind of whips out onto the tomato and just sucks it back in.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm gonna look back at Tuttle. I think we're good.
Well, you fed it, so I think that's your pet now.
I'm going to. After Tuttle says that gives me just a small boast of courage or something. And I'm going to try to hop on its back.
Okay. Let me see if he's okay with that.
I don't know you looked at me just now. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, creature is confused, but he's not moving. He's almost looking up at Toddle like, is this okay? Like,
I have an idea. Hand me another one of those tomatoes.
I hand it to you.
And I'm gonna take out some rope and I'm gonna grab like a nice long stick. Like
awesome! I was thinking the same thing. Yes.
oh
And what we're
God.
gonna do is I'm gonna contract like total old school, like keeping the dog busy by tying a piece of food to the rope and kind of like fishing rod style, having it above the rat, and we're gonna get on top of it and just have it moving. This is how we're making it move forward.
I mean, oh my God.
He tasted the
that's
tomato.
funny.
He didn't not hate it, so
And it's fucking working. Like, he's doing kind of like this kind of grabby thing with his mouth, and so his movements are a little jaggered as he's kind of jerking left to right. It's a little tough to hold on.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's moving forward. But Cal, you're gonna feel a little bit alarmed because you know what these creatures are, and you know that there's never just one of them. And you watch as they both feed it, and you get kind of a chill down your spine because you've seen how these things devour things before. And then as you're thinking that, you look around yourself and you see, and you start to you see, kind of in the corner of your eye and like in your blind spots, kind of a whipping tails, just all around you, and what you hear was like rummaging kind of normal sounds start to stop, and it's silence. So it's just a very sketchy feeling. You think that they're about to group together.
All right, so while I'm holding... Oh, I'm sorry.
How close are they to me? Do I imagine?
You're on the opposite side of this, like, kind of clearing. Yeah.
Okay.
So about 150 feet. So they were walking towards you.
And my bike is a little bit further back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double back towards my bike and get on it
Okay.
and start like slowly riding to where I think they're gonna get.
Okay. And in the clearing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you both do see this figure kind of floating about on what looks to be like a rock and metal, like, how do you describe this? I can draw it, but I can't describe it right now. What looks to be a floating piece of rock. Like there's panels of metal that appears to be what he's sitting on, but there looks to be parts that kind of come in and out of, kind of disengage from it when it's moving. And it's all black and gray, and it's kind of in the distance, about 100 feet from you by the time you see it.
Ooh. So in the meantime, while I'm holding the food out for the rat while it's doing its thing and zigzagging through, I'm gonna hand a couple of vials over to Calamity and be like, can you get any of the oil secretions from this thing? Maybe even a vial, maybe like hand them the syringe, maybe even a syringe or two of blood on this thing, maybe even some hair. This is all stuff I can be using for in potions, and I'm like handing them all back to him.
Calamity is taking everything with the most confused look on his face that you cannot see. And he's just looking at these things, and all of a sudden, his ears kind of like shoot up, and he looks up, and he sees this floating thing in the sky, and he's gonna squint. Is that like a flying rock thing?
He is technically above you, but like he's about only 5 or 6 feet above the ground.
Yeah, again, I will look up at this thing that's almost touching me, and I will say, is this like a flying rock or something? As I'm looking directly at this person on this thing. Otto!
Oh wow, that looks like it's going really fast. Maybe we should abandon this thing and go on that thing. Should I call out to it?
He's right there. I could almost touch him.
Should I call out to him? Can we get on that instead? That might be faster than this fucking thing.
Cal, do you respond?
Well, am I still like 100 feet away from them?
You're getting closer together.
Oh, I thought he was like right there. Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm picturing very much like Mad Max, like we're starting to like furrow in on each other. We're both like going the same speed, furrowing in on each other, and like starting to approach. And we're like discussing our plan of what to do with this thing approaching us. This floating rock with a creature on it.
Well, as I get closer, I'm going to say in Infernal, I don't know if you know what you're doing, but that's a really bad idea.
They do not understand you.
I'll stare at him, eating.
I've heard Lander say that before.
You probably have.
I've heard Lander say that before. He's usually cursing me. He sounds like he's cursing us. And this is the assumption that anytime Lander has spoken to Toddle in Inferno, it's been swearing at him.
It's true.
With a full mouth, Calamity be like, "Do you speak common?"
Oh! You're not from around here then.
No, absolutely not. Do you see my methods as I'm holding the food?
I know. As they're talking to you, they're like trying to hold
They're
on,
like,
and
yeah,
this
I'm
rat
like-
is like
Yeah.
trying to clamp over here, clamping over there.
My methods are
All right.
quite impotent. I'm sure any other normal creature could have taken this creature
Well,
and made it their slave by now.
Hold it still, and
I kind of whack the food and it hits the rat in the face a little bit.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Mild annoyance.
On the count of 3, I want you to go ahead and let it have the fruit, and you're gonna jump on to my right.
But wait.
It's either that or the alternative, and I can tell you what that is if you want.
You know what, Calamity? I think we gotta trust him. He speaks Inferno, and I don't. So that is the tongue of this area. We need to listen to him, regardless. If his intentions are bad, at least it's better than whatever's happening here.
I hop on the back of his flying structure.
All right.
Okay. So I'm holding onto the tomato and I fling it, and as I do, I simultaneously jump in the opposite direction.
Okay. And I'll say you successfully do that. The rat kind of like really quickly just skitters and grabs, kind of like devours this tomato. And then he kind of looks around for a bit, but then turns to focus on you guys. Again, wanting more food. And as he does so, you start to hear a lot of skittering coming from all directions, including in front of you, of rats, or I'll just call them rats for now. Mm-hmm. And they are everywhere. They start to pile on top of each other, and some of them are about the same size. Like the one you found actually is one of the bigger ones. Other ones are much smaller, almost half the size. Some are about the same size, and some are a little bit bigger. And they start to pile on top of each other and are all slowly kind of trying to build their confidence as a group to run towards you.
On instinct, I grab like a lettuce patch. I just like shock put it.
I catch it before he throws it.
Athletic check. Let's check your interception skills.
I've seen this happen in the movies once. They're gonna like form into like a giant being once they all collaborate together.
God. Rat hole.
It's
Gundams.
Strength?
Yeah. I rolled a 12.
Yeah, you catch it.
I rolled a never mind.
Oh, okay.
You saved the cabbage.
Are we not supposed to be feeding this?
2 things when you're here. Don't feed the locals, or else they'll start feeding on you. And keep all your resources, unless you know how to get more. As he takes out a hoard full of water and drinks it.
Well, sir, can I interest you in my wares as I'm paddling my wares?
I have to say this. So the second cow snatches or like catches the cabbage that I just threw to like try to distract them. I'm like, my cabbages! I had to say it.
Blessed. Absolutely. You should gain an inspiration for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, as y'all are just, kind of chilling, in my view, these rats are inching closer, and it looks to be, like, towards the back of them, they start to part, and it looks like there's a creature kind of making its way to the front of this pack. What were you going to say?
Okay. Once I see that, I'm like, okay, definitely time to go. So I'm gonna start going as fast as I can, and try to level myself so I'm driving alongside of the magma river.
Okay. Sounds good. And which direction are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wherever it's the thinnest.
Okay.
So yeah.
And we're just the small ones are just holding on.
Yeah, you're holding on.
There's
I hope you are.
There's not too much room, but you both are small, so it's actually fine. And you pick off the ground, and I don't know, you know, like when you're in a Tesla and they like pick up space like that. So yeah, your guts kind of fall into the back of your spine, and then you're headed forward. And in time too, because you notice the rats seem to be clearing a path for something bigger that's literally like running with all of its strength towards you. And you don't see it, but you hear it behind you, and it's barreling towards you, and it's actually catching up. And you notice this huge pack of rats are also behind it, running.
You know what? Hey, local, as I do not know your name yet.
I didn't give it.
Yes. Should I do would it be possible, what is the local environments? Because I can't cast any fire spells. Let's try to get these guys away. Let me try to distract these guys with a attack, so to speak.
Meanwhile, Darren, can you roll the performance check?
Okay.
Local elf man, can you please tell us?
Local elf.
Local elf man, that is the new name for now. What would you happen to know? You seem to know these creatures well. I don't seem to recognize them as anything other than a couple of really strange rats. Would fire or acid bode well against these? Can I shoot an attack into an elemental attack at one of these, and will that distract him enough for where we can gain some distance away from these guys, or is that going to be just aggravating it?
Well, for that, performance was a 10, and I'll say, I mean, fire will annoy it and slow it down maybe, but if you have acid, that'll definitely...
All right. Say no more. I literally, as you say that, Tuttle rips out he pulls out from his sleeve what looks like a really tall vial, and he kind of, as he's gripping on, he pulls the cork out of it he pulls it out with his teeth and like pretty much throws it back like a Molotov off a bike.
Oh damn. Okay.
So this is gonna be me casting Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Fuck. Okay.
At these rat creatures, and this is a level 1, but I think I can do level 2. So let's do level 2.
Damn. All right. Let's see. It's a dex save for me. Okay.
Yes.
I got a 13 for the big guy.
Does it go against my dex?
It goes against your spell save DC. What's your spell save?
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get?
13.
You lose.
Fuck. Okay.
So this long
4d4?
vial is acid. It's acid damage.
Okay.
Let's see.
What's the damage?
60 dexterity. Let's see. Covered in acid. Duration is not available. A creature covered in this acid takes 2d4 acid damage at the start of each turn. I am doing it at level 2, so it's 4d4.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll that.
Of each turn, damn it. As you're rolling the damage, you throw this vial and it shatters in the face of this creature. And when you turn around to look at it as you throw, you do notice it's pretty much a very large version of what you saw previously, but huge, and it looks like its muscles are so big it's torn through patches of its fur. So right in the neck muscles, bits of the chest and the shoulders seem to be just stretched or torn skin and fur, and beneath it is just like wet red muscle. And yeah, it shatters and it starts to peel away at this thing's face. And what's the damage?
I got 5.
5 points damage. It kind of shakes it off like water, but no. It shakes it off like water. It seems to be annoyed, but it is starting to burn away at its cheekbone or its cheeks.
In a panic, I'm like shaking and disheveling the back of the stranger's clothing. Can you go faster? No, I'm just kind of screaming in his elf ear.
Like,
Don't panic.
Calm down. And I turn and look to see how.
Yeah, that
far...
doesn't work. I've tried that.
Look, we're either gonna make it out or we're not. So as I see that, I'm gonna take out one of my daggers, and if I can roll this at disadvantage, it'll be fine. But I want to see if I could throw it directly at like one of the front legs.
Okay. Yeah, it would be a disadvantage, but roll to hit.
Yeah.
It looks like it's gaining up on you.
Let's see, that's 15.
15? Damn, okay. That
rolled 7 plus 8.
15? Yeah, that hits. He's very, very chunky, but easy to hit. But yeah, you get him, and that was with disadvantage. You get him right in the knee. And it slows him down by a lot. So you pick up a good 50 feet further ahead of it.
Yeah, and I rolled a nice 4 on that one, so 4 plus 6 is 10.
10 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, it slows it down quite a bit, actually. There's a lot of weight on its front legs.
Hi, Snoo.
So
for anyone who doesn't know Snoo, that could be kind of weird in the video. He's a friend of
Snoo in the chat.
There's a chat for the VOD watchers. Okay, anyway.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
And you do hear a screech, and it's loud as fuck. Fuck. Damn, I don't think it'll hit anybody. 12 if it hits you, if not, fine. But
no.
Yeah, but it's fucking loud, and it does signal all of the rats around it to run after you. So as it's slowing down a little bit, a flood of rats just kind of pile over and around it as it's running towards you a little bit faster. Not quite making the 50-foot gap, but slowly a little bit more. So like it's closing in at more 30 feet.
All right. Well, since it's still doing stuff and everything looks bad, Calamity does what he does best. Fix. And as he does so, his fur stands on end for a split second, and like these like little pitter patters of sparks start to kind of dance across his obsidian black fur, and something happened. All right. So it's almost like the world around us starts to weirdly break. It's like even though we're like moving, it's like we're in an invisible glass beat ball, and there's cracks kind of from me outward to like in space, and it starts to fill with unnatural things, and they blast out of the cracks in reality. Don't know what's happening. And this one is a complicated one. So, I have to roll to hit.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So let's see.
Is it area of attack, or are you going to aim for the big guy, or one of the ones closest to you?
I'm gonna aim for the. It's sporadic. It's going everywhere. I can only. I'll aim for the big guy, like the main threat, quote unquote.
Okay, so the group bulk. Okay.
And I'm gonna ask Mackenzie.
Meow.
Mackenzie,
Meow.
could I have that luck you have?
Yes, absolutely. Of course.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try again.
It's you.
Okay, that's better. That's
Hi,
better.
Raiders. What's up?
Thank you. All right, so that's gonna be a total of plus 7, 19 to hit the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
All the things are hit. Yes.
All the things are hit. All right, it's like an amalgamation thing.
Yeah.
So now I have to roll 2d8 and 1d6. This is a complicated one.
Damn.
This one is a very meta thing I'm doing.
Ooh, love that.
All right. So this was the d6, and let's see. I rolled a 7 and a 2 on the 2d8, so either a psychic or hold. I'm going psychic. So these bolts of just broken energy out of reality hits this thing in a number of places, and it's gonna take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 points of psychic damage
Jesus. Okay.
as this chaos, this chaotic blast hit it all at once.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Yeah, it knocks him back. Actually, the giant one kind of halts in its place to catch its breath, and so you just see him kind of like crouch down and like lay down for a minute, like very bloodied, and then all the other rats kind of pile over him until you don't even see him anymore.
Also, DM, the bad luck blitz happens now.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
do you want to roll it or should I?
You can roll it.
Okay. So, 2. So the dark one is going to be 10s. 36 on the thing. I'm gonna pull that up because I was not ready for the bad luck blitz, but we'll see what happens. You do you.
Okay. All right. While that's happening, it looks like you're still being gained on, but you are a little bit ahead of it. Kalzareth, you kind of are a little wary because this is drawing a lot of attention to this particular area. And you do know that certain devils have the ability to travel between merging timelines. So you're the only one in this group who knows that there are actually devils and a couple of demons even, and other kind of like dark creatures all around you. But because you can't see them, they can't see you. But if there's enough magic being used, enough attention being drawn, they can notice you. So as this magic is happening, you're a little bit concerned.
DM.
Yeah.
So I know what happens.
What happens?
When reality breaks like that, I get 7 years younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's baby Bun. It's so cute.
Calamity is now
Permanently?
roughly 13.
Okay. So you a baby.
I just like kind of struck a little bit like
So cute.
Fluffier? You're like fluffier.
Hi, Snoo
Your
Snoo.
eyes got bigger?
Yeah, when you look, Toddle, when you turn around, Calamity is so damn cute.
Calamity was already cute, okay? No.
Well,
like,
there's less patches of fur missing. Like his fur is very, very velvety soft. Like when you touch it, it's like a cloud. Like your fingers just flange, just sink it to it. It's so fluffy cute.
Thank you for the raid.
Thanks for the raid.
What was it? Other Doc, thank you so much and welcome.
Yeah, and Divergent Dice is raiding with a party of 7.
Oh shit! Did that just happen? It just
yeah.
Hey, Divergent Dice, welcome.
Welcome. These folks
in.
are riding towards their imminent doom, but we'll see what happens.
We're in hell. I just did something that de-aged me, and we're just trying to make it. We're just trying to live.
We're just trying to make it.
Giant mole rat type creatures.
So,
Yeah.
Chloe,
So you're still going.
reminds me to give you a haircut.
Oh, and
So-
Kalzarath, go ahead and say what you need to say, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Also roll
Calzarf sees that and
performance.
just like, is that normal? That does
Oh, yeah.
not seem normal.
No, those things happen. Calamity's special. These are special. And I'm just like tapping him.
Okay, we need to lose these. We need to lose these things quick. So I'm gonna look around, and do I see anything that I think would be difficult terrain for the rats?
Yeah, there's a couple of dropping cliffs. You're just about at that point now, like you've left the kind of like playground of agony kind of area. It's getting a little bit more desolate and barren. There are a couple of drop-offs, or like gorges, I guess. The bike can make it, it can't really scale them either, but it can kind of cling to the side of buildings and go like vertical or whatever, whichever way on ceilings. So you can do that. There's also that's about it. There's a couple of there's the streams of magma are still kind of like everywhere too. But that's kind of all you see in front of you right now.
Okay. Since it's flying, it could go over the streams of magma pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a hard turn right over one of the streams, and start going towards one of the cliffs, but not quite go over it yet. I just want to see if if how many I get rid of from the magma stream.
I'll say you wait until there's like a big kind of like, what do you call it? Kind of the main river point kind of splits into tiny little creeks, and it's like this huge complex network. You're able to go over it pretty smoothly, but you do lose a lot of that first group of rats in the beginning. So actually, as you're heading towards this cliff, which Toddle and Calamity might be super alarmed about, yeah, a couple of rats don't make it. A couple of them sink into it. Some of them are, before they're able to climb out, just kind of die in place, since the bottom half of their body just gets disintegrated. They kind of fall in. And so a lot of them are being lost. It slows a lot down. There's a couple of like super, I guess, athletic ones that are just like do kind of hopping and skipping over it. Since they're so, and you do notice at this that they're probably so attuned to that alpha that if alpha says go, then they go, and they don't stop whether it kills them or not. And you do notice that because all the bodies tend to pile on each other. So just leaving a trail for more rats to kind of blaze over it and climb over the bodies. But kind of works, still slows it down. They're still 200 feet behind you, but you do have a feeling they're gonna try to follow you over this cliff. You're not sure if they can climb the cliff or not.
Do I see a part of the cliff where it's I guess the ravine that doesn't seem like it will be a big jump to go over?
No, I think it would just be straight down. You'd have to still travel like a mile or two to get to any point that may be like that. If you were to drop down, and you've seen this gorge before, you do know that there's like a series of caves that open up on the side of this cliff face.
Do I know if anything lives in those caves?
Probably. But you do know of one creature that does, and it's the type that so it can't sense. There's a bunch of different shit that lives in there, but you've seen this one before for sure, because they hunt all the time. So if there's anything that flies right in front of it, or drops in front of it, or comes up in front of it, it snaps out and grabs it. It's like a mechanical kind of urge feeling. So it senses it, snaps and grabs it, pulls it into the cave. You know those, and there's also a lot of like flying shit that's like flying around.
This is gonna be tricky. So, I want to drive towards the ravine, and you said I could kind of hang on the edge of the ravine.
Yeah, you can scale walls with it.
Yeah. So I want to drive to just before I know where the caves are.
Okay.
And actually go ahead and scale down.
Okay. Oh god. So you're riding this thing. Go ahead and roll performance check just to make sure nothing gets caught in the. But you're going towards this drop off. So Total and Calamity, you just see kind of like the land end. It's like,
Oh, great.
It's like a waterfall. It's like, oh, okay, we're just gonna. And you're thinking like, oh, can we fly? Can we not? I don't know.
It goes down.
And it drops down like straight 90-degree angle along this cliffside.
Oh shit.
So there's nothing but rock for a while, but you do notice like gaping holes kind of torn open on the side of this rock face, and then Kalzarath kind of like turns left, turns right, and kind of just avoids some of the smaller caves. He's kind of like driving through it, weaving through.
Not a good one. Rolled a 7.
I am screaming.
Oh.
I am screaming in his ears. I am like my mouth is just all over the place. There's probably spit happening. I'm only 13 now, obviously, and I'm just panicking.
Well,
I'm so small.
You're both kind of like, I think you're kind of used to like this thing, so you're kind of fine. You're driving it. But Total and Calamity, you feel the speed is the only thing kind of keeping you against this bike. Like you start to slowly feel like your body's lifting up, like it's gonna fall over you. But Total, but you just, if you cling on with your knees and just hold on tight, but it's almost like you're very vulnerable. Like your grip is very vulnerable in this state. And a 7 is tough. There is a cave that you kind of just glaze over, and that creature that you know about comes out and tries to snatch you, but it's a little smaller. Like the caves at the top are a little bit smaller. So it just kind of hits the back of the bike, which is even more terrifying if you're trying to grip onto dear life. So go ahead, Toddle.
Yes.
And Calamity. Calamity, are you holding onto the bike or are you holding onto Toddle? Are you holding onto Cal?
I was imagining I was screaming in
he was holding
scream.
on to me, he said.
Okay, so you're probably fine. Toddle, go ahead and roll.
I'll roll, but I want you to know that
I'll roll, but I want you to know that I hate everything.
This is not fun. No. I take 2. I have the 2 old daggers that Asmar gave me, and I'm gonna slam them kind of into the bike to kind of hold me stable.
Oh, fair.
And they're gonna act as kind of like anchors.
Okay. Definitely. Then you know what? I'm not gonna have you worry about it then. You don't have to roll for it.
Okay. I was like, I can definitely roll, but I'm definitely doing that action where I'm taking those 2 daggers, clanking them, and that's my handle right now.
So this creature comes out, and as far as you know what it looks like, it just looks like just kind of a lizard mouth, like almost like a snake that comes in, and there's no eyes. It kind of splits open in 2 places like a snake does, and it has like a normal jaw. But it reaches up and tries to grab the back of the bike and then fails. It bumps you forward. Toddle, you kind of like whip out the daggers into your palms and anchor yourself into the bike as it kind of settles, the back tire kind of settles back down. And you're still moving. Another performance check, please. Kalzarath.
Better. Let's do 14.
14? Yeah, okay. You're going. Where are you headed?
Just before the bigger caves show up, I'm gonna do a hard V to scale right back up. So hopefully, as they're all running down, they're gonna like fall over each other.
Okay. Smart. Let me see if that works. Nice. Not for me, but nice for y'all. Yeah, so that fucking works, y'all. You go towards this gaping cave, And you can gaping.
Yeah.
Avery, shut up. So, and yeah, but you make a sharp turn. Thank God Toddle's kind of gripped on. Calamity is just like swinging around, trying to hold on. These rats just make it over the cliff face as you make that turn. And a lot of them kind of try to slow down and try to investigate so they can climb down. But the power, the momentum from all the rats before it kind of push the line forward. And a lot of them are just literally free falling off the cliff. There's a couple of them that are able to grab on. Like, I would say 10, 20 of them in, like, different areas of this cliff are, like, holding on. But, like, at this point, just trying to find a way back up. Everything else is falling through. And you see these snakehead creatures come in and just snatch, like, 5 at a time. Some of the bigger ones. One of them even snatches a bigger one. And, like, the weight of it kind of, like, crashes the rat into the bottom of the cave. But it's still dragged into this hole. And for a while, as you're driving up, all these rats are just being picked off from all these caves around you. And you're able to make kind of a sharp turn to avoid that group. And you clear it.
Ian?
Huh?
So, Calamity, even though we've stopped and we're, like, in a safe place, quote unquote, Calamity is still screaming.
Oh,
like,
I'm
he's
sure.
screaming like he is, like, just in the thick of it. And when he does that, his fur stands on end and those sparks start to happen.
Oh, man.
And
We scared the bun?
and these it's so hard to describe him. It's like his body, like he already has obsidian fur, but it's like his body gets even darker. It's like the darkness starts to consume even his clothing, and it's almost as if he turns into this void and things come out. I have to roll at disadvantage for both Cal and Toddle. Let me see. Okay. So for Toddle at disadvantage. Oh geez, good thing that 20 I can't use. Toddle, does a 9 hit you?
Me? Oh, Toddle.
Toddle, something goes whizzing past your head. It was almost invisible. Cal, does a 10 hit you?
Nope.
Something goes whizzing past you and like collides into the ground, breaking it behind you. It was almost invisible. You didn't see it. But I'm screaming.
Okay. Hang on. I know how to calm this one. I
have to... Actually, no. For this one, I don't have to do it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna walk on over. I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna just like look at you, like in your eyes. You good there, bud? Would you like a geode?
I guess confused. He'll open his small 13-year-old hand in front of you.
Okay. You got it. And he puts a little geode in his hand that I collected earlier.
And he just like holds it and he's shaking.
Just look at it. It's pretty, right? It's pretty.
Fuck, Calamity. When you touch that geode, there is a huge spark of power. And unknowingly, it surges from... Which geode did you give him, Toddle? The gold one that you found or the black and red one?
I had already given him the gold one, so I gave him the black and red one.
Yeah. So there is like just a surge of power, and it like shoots through the entire place. It ripples through. It throws everybody off of the bike and right at this point, you're still kind of at the edge of it. So everyone roll.
Oh fuck.
Roll athletics to see if you.
God damn it!
Not
Poor
acrobatics.
Toddle!
Yeah, can we do acrobatics? God damn it!
Natural 20, baby!
Nice.
All right, I rolled a 13. We didn't fail completely.
13's all right. 13's good.
Oh. Ultimately, a 1.
Oh god.
Oh no! I'm so sorry!
Y'all. So fuck. What happens? Oh my god. Okay,
Go
so
in,
yeah,
Wasn't a net one,
that-
but I
Go,
have
go.
negative strength, so it turns to a 1.
something about that geode and Calamity, who just released his panic like void power, something reacts with this geode in a very negative way, and it essentially breaks the geode into like a million pieces, and so it shatters into your hands. All you see is like kind of glittering dust. But Calamity stays in place, still on top of this bike. But Toddle, you're thrust forward 200 feet, so you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So you fall hard on your tailbone or whatever. But Kalzarath, you go the opposite direction, and you're free falling off of this cliff. And that's where we're gonna pause for the break.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Wow.
A lot is happening. I'm so
This
sorry.
is fun.
But yeah.
Welcome, Darian, and sorry.
Yeah, free
I'll be
falling.
fine. I'll be fine.
Surely.
Is my bike okay?
Right,
Bike is fine.
surely.
Bike took no damage, but all the rats behind you too, they just like get yeeted. And they look like and if there was any rats trailing you, that surge yeeted them all.
Okay, well we got the oil, right?
All right, we're gonna take a little bit of a break. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We'll be right back. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Sound good?
Yay.
And when we get back, we'll give some more time for people to enter in the giveaway.
Yes.
And then we will call it a little bit.
Yeah, we'll call it giveaway. It's exclamation critical in the chat to enter the giveaway. It's for a set of critical dice from our
They're really
hosts.
cool.
They're very, very cool.
And also a little something special, too.
Ooh, added bonus? Okay, let's see if our newbie gets killed or not. So, okay, bye.
Taking bets,
We'll be
taking
back.
bets.
Okay, bye.
Hello! We're back. Is everyone still there? Because we have a winner for the giveaway to announce.
Ooh, and who?
I gotta do the dice roll thing. I have it down. Everyone who's entered.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll a dice. Everyone has their own number.
You must know.
And let's see.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everyone!
And are you wearing a Dungeons and Dragons shirt?
I am.
I just noticed that.
Yeah,
Show
it's
it.
cute.
Show it. That's a gift, yo.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, let's see. Who's number 7? Where are you at?
Who number 7?
Mr. Slothman!
Mr. Sloth, congrats.
Mr. Slothman.
You still here? Where you at? I know you're still here.
Yeah.
Let me call
Winner.
you out. You win stuff. Okay.
Y'all win something.
You win stuff. All right. Congrats on winning a set of critical dice.
Woo! Welcome to the cult.
Yeah, from our homie. And we are gonna continue this fucking craziness that's happening. Right now, Kalzarath is free falling off the cliff. Toddle is, prone on the ground. Calamity still all by his lonesome, sitting on this kind of jet rock thing, holding what used to be this black and red geode. What's a bun to do? What's happening? Kalzarath, we'll start with you.
Do you know that you're still on your calm tavern music?
Nope. Let me adjust the mood, okay? There you go.
Okay, I'm scared now.
Alright, Kalzarath, you're knocked off. Like, it hits you in the back. You don't take any damage. They haven't hit anything yet. But you are starting to kind of scale the edge of this cliff. You're about 10 feet away from the cliff edge.
Okay.
But you are hyper aware of it happening. You do see Toddle in the distance being shot forward like 100 feet.
So, does Toto look like they're gonna be fine where they land?
Now, Toddle, what you doing?
Gonna be shocked a little because this is the first time Calamity has, I think, like a projection has gone and hit me.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna be getting up and be a little stunned here and be like, oh, damn, I didn't see that coming. And
I mean, you fall and you get up and you see Calamity just kind of like shaking by himself. And you just
drop the rock! Drop the rock! That was bad rock. Bad rock energy, sorry. Bad rock energy. Drop the rock.
You do notice that Kalsarath is gone.
So...
No, go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Calamity hears, like echoing in his ears, drop the rock, bad rock, drop the rock, but he's still kind of in shock and looking at his hands that have been getting like darker and more void, but yet those sparkles of the rock still linger, and he's just staring at himself.
Okay. Well,
Kalzarath is seeing his bike is still intact. You'll see like this ore just wrap around him really quickly, and then he disappears,
Okay.
and then reappears right on his bike.
oh.
Poof. He has poofed.
Yeah.
With one of the
And,
many misty steps, I'm sure.
Calamity is on the bike still, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's just gonna pick him up by the scruff, like look him right in the eyes and say, "Don't do that again." Snap at him.
No. And
As you pick me up, you can feel like my body vibrating in your hands, and when you say this, I know you probably don't mean to be like too stern.
Yeah.
But the way Calamity sees it is pointing at him, yelling, and his anxiety shoots from 100 to 150. I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Tuttle in the distance. I wouldn't do that. Like double chinning. Don't do that.
17.
You make it, so you only get half of this, and you are not pushed back. But there is an explosion from me, and you take half of 7, so you only take 3 points of thunder damage. Let me go! Just I have to start screaming and try to like wiggle away.
Okay.
Oh, and also, DM, I now have to roll another d20 to see if anything happens.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
That's good. You're already younger.
Can I do something?
Yeah.
I don't know if this will work. Okay. So I'm looking at my equipment here, and I have an Asmar feather that the Asmar gave before he left, or that the chicken plucked off of the Asmar before it left. I am taking an assumption here. I don't know D&D lore that well, but I'm taking an assumption here that Asmars and Hell, there's got to be some effect that'll happen if I have a holy thing in an unholy place.
One way to find out.
The thing is Tuttle's like reaching in and he pulls out this feather and he's a little nervous because he's like, I don't want it to hurt him because I'm still not sure I've been able to conclude if what he's like controlled by is something of like a demented or demonic creature.
Right.
But I think I'm gonna roll with this just because I don't really have a lot of options. I do have holy water, but I'm gonna save that. And I'm gonna create something. This is a toy I've made in the past. So it's basically out of feathers. It's basically like a butterfly or a dragonfly, maybe a combination of both, butterfly and dragonfly, and I call it the Butterflight. And it's basically a wind-up toy. It's one of my tinkering abilities as like a gnome, or I think it's both a gnome and an artificer have this tinkering ability. And basically, it's just a wind-up toy. It's something I've used for distraction mainly. But my purpose for creating this is going to be to, I basically want to like fling this object to like a paper airplane and have it land in Calamity's arms to kind of take, like, dust away all of the geode.
Okay.
And, or the rest of the energy, I guess, that the geode's holding.
Okay.
And create something new. Create a different experience.
Cool. So we are just diving into new spell territory. So you're not sure what you're making, but you're like, something has to happen. So I just imagine, I know it's not what you're going for, but I imagine like the sky dancers when you like pull the thing. And, like,
Oh my god, no, I know, right?
Guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure.
Those things are so cool.
Anyway, so much drama. I love them. But anyway,
There's a lot of drama.
but yeah, you throw this thing, and yeah, and at first it's all balled up, and it kind of rolls out in midair, and then wings kind of mechanically burst out of it, and it does kind of hover towards Calamity. And Calamity, as you're staring in Kalzarath's eyes, and Kalzarath is like recovering from this attack you hit on him. He's still holding you though. Your hands are open with the dust of this geode, but this little tiny, like, mechanical, made out of, like, interesting enough, like, supplies from, like, the hellscape around you, but inside is this, like, really delicate, like, steel blue colored feather. It lands. Let me roll something. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
Okay. I'll roll the black die for this con save. Natural 20.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay. Well. Damn. Yeah, never mind.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, the thing lands in your arms, and you do heal a little bit. So if you took, I don't know if you took any damage or not, but you heal by 8 points. And you do feel remarkably warm. Not that it's helping your state of mind, but as far as, like, your physical body, like, your muscles relax, your breathing does tone down. But I don't know. If you're up in your head, you're up in your head. It's up to you. But that's all it does.
I have 2 questions for you, Mackenzie.
Yes.
And your answers are extremely important.
I am ready for the $1 million questions.
1, what color is this contraption?
When I imagined this contraption, I imagined it being pastel, like a pastel light blue and a pastel pink.
Cute.
And second and last question. Is it a dragonfly or a butterfly? Or you said
It's a combination of both. I want it to kind of be elegant like a butterfly, but but because it's made of feathers, I want it to be the feathers are more like dragonfly wings.
Okay.
Take that as you will.
Cute.
I will, because, and I don't know if you remember, but this is heavy backstory shit.
Yeah.
So, as this lands and I feel a sense of warmth and whatnot, my like eyes that are black yet have glowing red pupils kind of slowly go from Kalzarath's eyes down to what I'm holding. And the contraption starts to glow. And around me, slowly kind of materializing out of nothing, starts to flutter these spiritual butterflies. of lavender and wine red and pinks and blues will start to flutter around me ever so calmly. And the darkness begins to get sucked back in to myself, and I calm and regain who I am as I'm staring at this contraption and looking around me to these calming spiritual butterflies.
Cute. It's like your life in the Lavender Plains back in the day when things were chill.
And Calamity is chill now. He's literally like when you pick up a cat from the back of the scruff and they just like hang there, like that's how he is now in Calzarath's hands.
Toddle's gonna take a big like okay, we avoided certain death. Okay. And I'm gonna start making my way over. Just like be
as you're walking, Toddle, as you're walking that direction, you're gonna see some of the rats are still like running off the cliff. Like it's
Well,
just look at them and be like, bro.
Calzarath doesn't know what's going on at this point.
Nope.
With this little bunny in his hand. So he's gonna do the thing that's most logical to him, and it's like, okay, this kid now isn't really paying attention to me. And there's a bunch of butterflies, and I'm like, I don't know why these are here, but they don't belong. And I realize it's coming from the kids, so I'm just going to reach into his bag, look for a tomato, and just put it right in his face. And just say,
I am holding child. Must feed child.
Just like he's not in it. Just feed him and.
As you shove the tomato like in my face, like I grab it and I just start like with no hands. I grab it with my buck teeth and just start like just chewing it, and you can hear under like in my full mouth, I'm sorry.
He was just hungry.
just keep that under wraps. The
Did
less
you just essentially give me a pacifier? Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
It worked.
Like, I mean, first I told you to stop. That didn't work. So then I'm like, all right, just feed him.
I will ask you one thing, Darian. What is Cal's favorite color?
Cal's favorite color?
Yes.
Most of it's black, but that's also mainly from necessity.
Well, one of the colorful, gentle, fluttering butterflies lands on your shoulder, and it turns to kind of like a black, light purple. And it just rests on your shoulder. And that's it. And everything's chill.
You just swatted off your shoulder.
I don't know what it is.
As Toddle is making his way over, just like, no, don't do that. I need to collect this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like waddling over, trying to hurry up.
Yeah, and by then, nothing's really chasing after you. As things get a little bit calmer and quieter and you're not running for your lives anymore, the screams of agony are starting to come back into your... You're starting to hear that stuff again. But yeah, right now you're just kind of sitting at the edge of this cliff. It's looked like you've totally left the field of agony. And around you is just, maybe actually a good 1 mile is the other side of this gorge. 1 to 2 miles, you would think. But the other side of the gorge looks to be almost just a barren kind of wasteland. Just all rock and dirt. Not dirt, but sand. But you do see the tower on the other side, a little further down.
Okay. So what are you all doing here?
Yeah, so I finally make my way over, and I kind of answer that question while also doing like old school Legend of Zelda, like catching the fairies. But in this case, it's not fairies; it's these creatures, and trying to bottle them. So like just putting it.
They disappear when you try to bottle them.
Fuck. Well, nothing tosses the vial. We kind of got dropped in. We kind of just dropped in here. We're looking some. Have you seen a very large Genasi? Pink. Very good at cooking. Has a lot of very cool swords that I have made, and a kind of rash, sort of angry-looking tiefling that's purple and red and has really nice clothing. You could see him usually wooing women and also killing things simultaneously. Any of these ring a bell?
If they're together, no. Not really a lot of Genasi, except for like a few fire Genasi that I've seen.
No, this one's
there's a bunch of tieflings, so tiefling doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, no, they would be together, so shit.
Besides, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. This is not a lot of people are in this area for obvious reasons.
We did not pick this. We're just trying to I'm just trying to remember my teachings of what I know of the first level of hell, which I assume we are in. Do you know a way in which, well, I guess first off, I'm Toddle. This is Calamity. We're adventuring to try and, well, we were trying to find a witch, and then she died. And then we kind of got dragged into hell. And then we met Nazmar, and he told us we have to continue this battle in hell in order to find a city. So we're kind of just all over the place right now, but right now we need to recollect our team members in order for us to proceed. We already lost one guy who was obsessed with gold, and it was a lot.
Out of character, DM and Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Do we know what level of hell that Lander might be in because of his lineage? Would you know, since you are close partners, or did I don't.
I don't, like, I would know Lander's, like, backstory stuff, but I don't know where he landed. Like, I can only know where his, like, family and stuff is at.
Yeah, and his family would be, because my levels of hell are a little bit different. I've comprised them and made them shorter. There's only, like, 7 levels of them. But yeah, his family you would know, and it would be on where kind of like the army of hell is built and kind of like nurtured, if you would call it that. And where the armies are, you know, and kind of a lot of important heads of hell, kind of where they reside is where his family would be.
So like the inner circle, so to speak. If this was Attack on Titan, we would be in the wall of the Rose. We would be very in the inner city. So
not really deep in hell per se, but pretty in there.
Almost royalty. It'd be like almost royalty. So yeah, we need to. If there's one thing I do know about hell, it's that we should, at the very least, go in the direction of where I know Lander's family is, which is probably where we can find him because he's traversed before, and that's going to be a little bit deeper into hell, which this is my first visit, so I've only read about this and heard stories, but I need supplies as well, and this is my first time visiting. Not that I'm like thrilled to be here, but
well, the air's hot, the air's dry, so if you something that needs water, you better keep that on hand.
nothing.
I guess I should say who I am.
I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
For my knowledge. Maybe I know you.
I can I continue to suckle on my tomato pacifier.
Enjoy that.
So yeah, as I notice that, I'm like, "Okay, I'm just gonna put him down. uh, so, my name's Cal Zareth. I venture around hell to mainly find materials, coin, and sometimes more of the other currency used in the area. Uh, I'm just still caught up on the fact that an Azamar sent you to hell.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Well, technically, the Asmar set gave us a journey, gave us a mission, gave us a quest in that ballpark of what we need to do. And then a witch sent us to hell.
With my blood.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of cool.
And
that witch was cool.
I reach like behind me and I take out this syringe with red, red in it.
Yeah.
And then I put it back.
So they're saying they can basically go from this realm to the mortal realm, but they don't know how to go between realms.
Absolutely not. No.
So,
do you need anything? I have plenty of things, and I start going through my things, seeing if there's anything that that Kalzamar would like.
Oh well, I'm always up for a trade of items.
Here, I will give you. I'll offer you. I'm gonna give him a healing potion, and a potion of.
Wait a minute now.
I have more.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna give him a healing potion and a potion of heroism, and be have them rolling in my hand, and be like, if you can guide us to some sort of civilization, consider these your payment.
Vial of heroism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which could come in handy in hell, I'm gonna be real.
I love how the Dean's voice comes out of the void. A vial of heroism?
Yeah, this is.
I forgot I gave you
Like,
the narrator.
She sips her wine.
Oh, okay.
I get these things because these pertain to my career, but consider it something from the mortal realm in which you cannot get here in hell. It is a rarity, and a healing potion to just sauce it up.
I'll definitely take them, but don't trade too much stuff because the person who you're gonna need to speak to get where you need to go is the gatekeeper, and let's just say nothing's free here.
Oh, don't I know that?
Yeah. Let's just hope you can pay whatever the cost is.
I have more cabbages.
No.
I don't keep this one safe, because
yeah, no. I was like, no. You silly rabbit, and I'm petting you and getting lost in how soft you feel.
Okay.
Just petting him and just being, oh, this is quite lovely. I mean, against all the agony and terror I'm hearing, this is quite nice.
And it's fine. He just lets you pet him as he continues to suck on his tomato pacifier.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yo, cute as hell.
I'm just worried about the little one now.
Nah, he can hold his own, trust me. I've seen him.
I take out the tomato because when Cal says that, I begin to hear the echoing voices of people that have been after me in one way or another. Especially, he remembers those burning eyes from the goblin lady. And she was like, this one's magical, we should open him up. And I look at Cal. Why do they want me?
You would know.
You're cute, magical, and small. in hell?
I put the tomato back in my mouth and start to suck.
Well, I can make him invisible if need be.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
I like how Cal breaks here. Oh no, that's actually really good. You should do that.
Yeah, you should do that. Just like I pull out a little bit of my out of the pocket. I pull out a little bit of the invisibility pocket sand.
Oh, I mean,
I think that was what I had. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, most of my survival in this place is not being seen.
Well, we're doing pretty good at that, despite the rat thing. But we needed something to do. Let's go ahead and move forward, shall we? And I'm starting to like walk ahead of the group, and
I'm gonna look at Calzarath. You should.
Here.
What?
Where are they walking through? I have my bike.
Oh. well, Asal starts to walk away, and like I guess I have to kind of follow or whatever. I'm just like, you shouldn't. You should probably try to get out of hell. It's not good here.
Yeah, I know. Oh, this is not my retirement plan.
Where are you from?
Honestly, not the place I'm from is not much better.
Oh, you should.
It's a lot of shadows, a lot of other creatures trying to kill you. Less talking and intelligence, so they really are just kill you.
Well, you should maybe try it somewhere else. Like, well, I mean, where we are is still not the best, but it's way better than here.
we at least can make friends.
And Calzarath, these two. Well, you just came from one of the smaller cities, in the other direction. But everyone there is like after something. Like they only have one thing on their mind. It's either your soul, or fuck you, or die. Or they want to mangle you or whatever. So these are the first two, kind of, more like you, kind of like level-headed people you've met in couple years.
Oh, so,
it's refreshing to see someone who's not trying to kill you or trick you into a contract.
my long ears like kind of like shoot up, but then he remembers that like this is a scary place, and they like slowly come back down. Could you take us to the nearest place so we can rest and maybe be safe? Maybe.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I could take you to a nearest place, or I could take you to a place that's safe.
I look at Toddle.
Like I could try to get you to a city, but I mean, honestly, that's not as safe as you would imagine.
No, I think we should go to whatever's the closest.
Or I could find a place that's kind of quiet, you could rest, and I still probably have to take you to a city to help you out. But
well, yeah, that my I'm still walking and talking.
yeah, I'm like on the bike, just slowly.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm like walking. I am like not paying attention. Yeah, my worth at being a party member of this adventuring squad is highly reliant on how many things I can carry and how many things I can use. So I need to get to a city in order to collect more things. I don't really need to sleep. So as I'm like kind of flopping back and forth, like it's very clear he is sleep deprived. I don't really need to sleep or eat. What?
Alright, a city it is. But if they ask you for currency, say gold.
I have gold. No,
Yeah.
scratches.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are wealthy.
Oh, okay. I
Sorry.
just
What's that? You're so drunk. The DM is drunk.
A little bit.
I just don't want you to trade in their native currency.
Got it. Oh, in souls, yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
done. Landers taught me about that.
I'm gonna say in my head, I picture like when Kalzarath is talking, that he's kind of like that charisma kind of talking where you kind of like move your head in a certain way, and that's what I'm seeing in my head.
Oh no, I'm literally like ducking down.
Oh, and does Kalzarath also have a hood on?
Yeah.
So we can't see the back.
It's kind of down. It's kind of down now because I got thrown off the bike.
Would you say that we see that thing on the back of your neck?
Probably not, because the hood's down, but it's still like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. DM, can I make a perception check to see if I see that thing on the back of his neck?
Sure. Yeah.
Funny time, and I'm still walking.
Oh, go ahead. You go first.
I was gonna say, the last time I saw an elf, it was obsessed with gold and also tried to kill us.
Oh yeah,
Really?
poor Omar.
Yeah.
Huh. What type of elf?
He never was very clear about what type of elf he was. All I know is that he was absolutely insane. And obsessed with gold. He always had this crazed look in his eye, and he was obsessed with gold. Always preaching about some specific god that was had the material item of gold so highly valued, and then he tried to kill us, and I stole his stuff.
Yeah, y'all been through some stuff. This is the first breather you've had. I just realized in a while.
Yeah.
In hell, can you believe it?
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
DM, on my perception check, I rolled a 10.
A 10. Well, Eric, he sounds like a 10. A dragon elf.
I was gonna say, sounds like this elf was just like adopted by dragons.
Yeah, but it's funny you say that. Anyway, that's for later. Calamity. Yeah, you don't notice it. 10's not high enough.
Okay.
But anyway, while you guys are walking and kind of like detoxing, Toddle. Yeah, Cal, this is the first intelligent conversation you've had in a minute. So you're like, I don't care what you have to tell me. You're listening.
And I gave you stuff.
Yeah, and you are digesting everything Toddle's talking about. And Calamity is chilling with his tomato in his mouth. We're gonna actually pan away from the team for a second.
Ooh.
Over to an unknown area for you guys for now, but there's a giant. He looks like a demon. His skin is like a pulsing red, and purple veins kind of come from his black fingernails and fingertips all the way up his arms, and kind of disappear into his torso, which you can't see because it's covered in what looks to be like black metal armor. And on that black armor, you'll see bits of that stone that Calamity had before it turned into powder. And yeah, it looks like there's huge gemstones that are shaped like horns on his shoulder pads. And it looks like a rib cage decorated in this kind of stone. Obsidian black stone with streaks of veiny red across. This creature looks like it's wearing a helmet with its horns kind of really humongous that kind of curl towards the back, and he has other ones that kind of curl upward. But his face is covered by this helmet, which is a very minimalist looking helmet. It's very flat, and it looks like it just has open, like 2 small slits right here, so this creature can breathe and speak. It looks like he's not saying much, and there's a woman next to him who looks to be like a succubi type creature. She's very voluptuous, might I add. Pretty much naked, no top on or anything. But she's wearing long latex gloves that kind of come all the way up to her shoulders. And her feet, looks like she dipped both of her legs in tar up to her knees. And they're speaking abysmal to each other. And a mix of abysmal and infernal. Almost like a infernal dialect of some kind. Abyssal, whatever you call it. Thank you, Avery. But it looks like she's
abysmal too.
Whatever. She's holding what looks to be like a thin glass tray, and it's like barely just like she's holding it with her like claw, the tips of her claws, very delicately, and it looks like it's kind of like a map. Like it's not like a super crisp like Star Wars LED thing, but it's like these little kind of blobs of like dots of magic, and it looks like it's trailing like 3 little dots on this map that kind of mimics the gorge where you're at, as if they're observing you from somewhere else. And they're speaking to each other, and I won't say what they say, but looks like the guy on the throne is sitting there thinking for a minute. Then he kind of nods over to the woman, and she just, with her pitch black eyes, kind of like takes the tray away so the mirages kind of disappear, and she walks away from him. And then it pans over to another section of wherever they're at. So far, all you can see in this kind of vision is like blocks of stone around them. You don't know where they are, but there are 2 similar kind of bikes, but they're a little bit slimmer, longer, and they're a little bit heavier looking, and they're all solid matte black. And there's these black cloaked creatures, also with horns. You assume they're tieflings. They look like tieflings. And there's 6 of them, and they all just kind of jet forward, and they're headed towards the gorge, towards your direction. So that's where we're going to end the show for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody.
No. I love the behind the scenes.
I know.
Yeah, little antidote. So it looks like something spotted you. But
I blame Tuttle.
What can I
Says
say?
Calamity,
Draw
who had
attention.
like 3 different power bursts.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
magic,
gosh.
magic. I'm like, stop the magic.
But
Like I couldn't even say that. I'm just like, we need to get away from the rats.
yeah, run away.
God, not feed the rats?
Humongous
that
horns
was-
compensation.
That
Don't
was
feed
so
the
much
rats.
I'm glad you had fun. Thank you so much, you guys. Do join us for next week. Gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Yes,
It's gonna
please.
be a dramatic, kind of sad episode next week.
Oh no.
Oh no,
there's
I'm
some-
not ready.
I'm not ready.
There's some shit happening. There's also some craziness happening.
Okay.
There's also potentially another guest player coming to join. So
Ooh.
chaos is going to ensue. But yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. I'm super ready for next episode. And I hope to see you there at 6:30 on Monday.
And was this not the first stream of 2023?
Yes. Welcome to 2023.
Woo!
Does anyone have a resolution for this year? Something they want to do? Mackenzie, you want to go first? Willoughby wants to hump everything.
Get better at not sleeping in.
Wake up. Okay.
Wake up!
That's a good one. That's good.
Yeah.
That is a solid one.
I would say for my New Year's resolution, I want to do more collaborations with people.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm gonna be doing more reach outs and reconnecting with some streamer friends and doing more things. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
cool. How about you, Darian?
Gotta fix up my portfolio.
Oh, same.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I kind of have
Same.
to do that too. Actually, it's that time of year for me.
Portfolio party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just me in front of a computer, staring at Maya, wondering, I love you, but I hate you at the same time.
Yeah.
Why do I have to love you?
And your best friend just got in, butthole Baron.
Butthole
Hi.
Baron! Oh, right in time for the Butthole King.
Uh,
Sorry, Varys. I just yelled in his ear. Look, Varys, Butthole Baron is here, so you can be Butthole Bros.
oh my
That
God.
sounds so.
Thieves!
By the way, if last chance to enter in the giveaway, put in !critical in the chat for some critical dice
Yes.
and some fun Griffin Co thing.
I'm a little tipsy, but let's do this dice roll.
I'm a little tipsy, but let's do it anyway.
I have the same list, so if you haven't entered, you can enter now.
Enter now.
All the Butthole Bros together.
Chat, what was your for the things you saw today? Tell us what kind of like was your favorite part of today's hellscape venture? What did you like?
I apologize for my brain fart descriptions.
No, it was gorgeous.
I love them.
Okay.
I vote that we change abyssal to abysmal.
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 Doesn't
Yeah.
that sound more hell-like? You know?
It does
Abysmal.
abysmal.
Oh my gosh. Exclamation buttholes. Put down the evil rock. That was Tig's favorite. Drop the rock.
That is-
Bad Geo.
No, drop the rock,
Put down the evil rock.
drop the rock.
Bad Geo. That was too funny.
I can't believe I had that toy to be able to just like be like, okay, get out of this.
And
Well, it was my fault in the first place, but
And literally though, Mackenzie, literally like your answers were so important.
yeah.
Because like clearly you don't know my Calamity's backstory, but like you tapped into some very deep shit tonight. That's gonna be explored more in the future. But like that was
deep.
you saved the day.
And I added more to my. You guys can't see it. My little toddle sheet because I take everything on paper still. So I added more equipment.
Mom,
So that's the key of my character is capturing as much equipment as possible.
collecting all the things. My favorite was Kalzarat's bike maneuver. There wasn't much there but a gorge, but use the gorge wisely. Just imagine cascading rats and just getting picked off.
It's like
You just
lemmings
fed-
falling off.
You literally just fed all of the creatures on that in those caves.
I definitely loved being chased by hordes of like hell rats. That was exciting. My
Very
blood was
exciting.
pumping. I was like, "What am I gonna do? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? I don't. So many things."
And setting them to acid, and then also simultaneously, what was it? Acid, and then the other attack.
Oh yeah, was that the
To the
first time you
knee.
used?
Yeah, to the knee. Get
Yeah,
arrowed.
the big boy is still there too.
Yeah.
He's still somewhere or injured somewhere.
All right, and I think we're ready for that roll for
All
who
right.
win.
Any last minute giveaway enterers?
Oh, do it! I dare you.
15.
Do what I dare you,
Do
cowards.
it! I dare you. Do it! I dare you.
That really is hypnotizing, Mackenzie. Like I'm looking at you and it's like I feel like I'm getting sucked in. Like
This is how I feel like the music was this evening. It was very like
it was very city.
yeah. It was a mood.
Oh lord.
So you did have a hell bike that was like made of rocks and ore and stuff. Is that right?
Yep.
That's dope.
Oh,
We
looks
should.
like. Hold on. Am I counting right? Yeah, I'm counting right.
We should.
Avery, you won the dice.
To the collection.
Yes, to the vast collection that is Avery's collection already.
You know what to do, Avery, in the Discord or I guess anywhere. Make sure Ann knows where you live so we can get those sent out to you.
Yes. Yes, definitely need more dice. I love winning things. All right, you guys.
All
I'm gonna tuck in. I do have to work tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And let's rate our friends at Mad Bird Gaming.
All right.
Mad Bird Streaming. My bad.
Mad Bird.
Mad Bird streams.
Mad Bird. Oh, we know Mad Bird.
We love Mad Bird.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. Thanks so much. We're gonna go ahead and join us. Just say hi in the raid, even just for like a minute or so, if that would be nice.
Yeah, we love spreading the love. We love introducing you to our friends. It's just a good time. It's a good community.
Especially Mad.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
Ayo,
All right.
ayo.
I'm voguing right now.
They're voguing. Oop,
So
I
remember
can
when you get
actually
there,
see
just
my
throw up all your
background.
emotes. Throw all up your emotes.
Do it.
All right. See you later, guys. See you next
Goodbye.
Monday.
Bye.
Goodbye.